Hello and welcome to this pdf2Data quick video introducing both the paragraph selector as well as the pattern selector. As you can see, I've already created within pdf2Data a new template called anchors. And let's take a look at this. So it's a basic invoice as we've been using throughout these videos. And we're going to focus on two best practices. So typically in a document such as an invoice, you're going to have unique identifiers that identify the important data in a labeling or anchoring kind of way. Notice here we have invoice space colon followed by the invoice number, and then we'll focus also on bank details colon followed by the details for the bank. So the first thing I want to do is create a new data field. What I'm interested in this case here is the invoice number, and I'm going to select that to be extracted. I could give it a new field name. I'm going to add a selector. So the best practice is from left to right or horizontal or on the same line, however you'd like to refer to it, such as this invoice colon, the tag, the anchor, followed by the data. You're going to choose to use a pattern finder. So the type, notice this is text because it combines letters and numbers. And I'm going to add a limiter. This is where you can add a prefix. And I want the data that follows invoice space colon. We'll add that as a prefix. We're also going to add another limiter in the form of a suffix. And if you look at our document here, our prefix is invoice space colon. But we can also say that a suffix would be invoice space DT. So let me go ahead and key that in. And now we've just added our suffix. Let's go ahead and apply this. And you can see now that we have two results for our invoice, 2376-SD. That's because there's one on page 1, there's one on page 2, as you can see here, and we can add another selector. This is known as pipelining. I could tell it only pick from a certain page using the page, or there's auxiliary selectors I can pick by index. In this case here, you can see there's two indexes. I'm going to say just choose number 1, page 1, index 1. And now we have our result. We've supplied a prefix as well as a suffix. Okay, let's go add an additional field here. Okay. And in this case, I'm interested in the bank details, account name, account number. So we'll create a new data field. And notice this isn't left to right. This is vertical, top down. So you wouldn't use a pattern selector in this case. So in this case, when the data of importance is vertically placed within the document, you would choose to use a paragraph selector, which is what we'll do here. And just like invoice space colon was the anchor for our former field, as you can see here, bank details colon is the anchor for our paragraph. So I'm going to supply bank details. We're going to add that as a paragraph name, and we'll create it. Now, as you can see, we have two sets of results. And again, just to show you how you can filter out things you don't want, notice that it's able to get the paragraph called bank details from page 1, but that also exists on page 2. So I'm going to use another pipelining technique. I'm going to add a selector, and I'm going to choose to only do it from page number 1. Or you could say do it from page number 2, that type of thing in this example. So we'll get our data just from page 1. We'll click apply, And here is our output. The result is the account name, the account number, the bank, so on and so forth. So that concludes this video of best practices for anchors, identifying in the document left to right data utilizing the pattern finder, and top to bottom or vertical data utilizing the paragraph selector. Thanks so much. Bye now.